Isaiah, you defeated Hopewell tonight, 67-56. You led the offense with 27 points. The first half, you scored pretty good. The second half, you got cooled off, but you played pretty good defensively. But let's talk about the overtime. You made all your free throws. You made everything you needed to do to help your team beat Hopewell. Your thoughts on the overtime?
The first game or the last season game we played against overtime, it was kind of a heartbreaker because of the buzzer beater. But during this end of the season, I kind of lost my shot a little bit. But I decided I got it back, and everything that was I was putting up was falling tonight. So that was a good thing for sure.
And this is your senior year. How you're familiar with this team, but again, they beat you twice, but then tonight you beat them. So what's that mean for the rivalry here between Old Fort and Hopewell?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot because, like, for our coach Hoover, Mr. Ray, Cole, all of our fans, it meant a lot because we haven't done this in like 22 years, won a district final. So, yeah, it definitely is a lot. Going into the game was huge for us. Like I said, ever since that loss, it's just been a get-back game. We had vengeance, and we were coming in this game 100% ready. No tiredness. We weren't allowed to be tired at all. So, yeah. But yeah, it's been great. This group of guys, all my teammates, the fans, everybody, all my teammates, we've had chemistry since junior high. So yeah, ever since we started playing, it's just been cool. But yeah, my senior season has been one for the books for sure because we're making history. So yeah.
Coach, obviously not the result that you expected tonight, but what a great game, back and forth, several lead changes. You finished 22-3. You made all the way this far. Let's talk about overtime. Obviously, it was tied going into overtime, and then Old Fort started making all those free throws, and obviously you missed some free throws there. And the overtime that could have went the other way to your favor. But your thought on the overtime?
Yeah, I think even the overtime before that, we had tons of opportunity. That's what we told the kids to. They're going to be sad tonight, but we said you can't be disappointed after tomorrow. We give ourselves a lot of chances. I think we only shot 9 for 24 from the free throw line tonight. Executed a really good play right at the end of the half or end of the game that gave us a chance to win the game. So, had a few turnovers just like they did or whatever else. Got a couple kids in foul trouble, then we had to foul, and Old Fort shot free throws pretty well. I mean, almost all their kids shoot it pretty well, so it's a dangerous situation. But, the kids never gave up. I mean, they just kept giving themselves chances. And I said, most teams, if you shoot 9 for 24 from the free throw line at this level against a good team at district level or whatever, you're probably not going to be in the game, especially against a good team like Old Fort. And, we were right there all night shooting it. Basically not much over 33%. 9 for 27 would be 33, right? So, and executed some things, and just the ball didn't bounce our way. Shot really well the other day. But I told them like they played hard. Was there a few turnovers here and there? Of course. I mean, everybody has that, but that's the way they played all year. They still stayed within the game, gave themselves a chance to win. Right until the very end, when we had to foul a couple times and they got up by 6 or 8, then we knew it was sort of over. But like I said, throughout the whole game, we just felt like, you're going to be disappointed, but it's not one that you have to say we didn't play a good game, or you'll be able to look yourself in the mirror and be proud because we had a lot of opportunities to possibly win.
And let's talk about the seniors. Carter Yarborugh had one heck of a game. Played very well on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, and he did get some fouls, and most of your players did get in a little bit of foul trouble there late in the fourth quarter. But again, let's reflect on the seniors and the contribution they did to the team.
Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, we'll start with the guys on the bench. Austin Napier has come to everything for the last 3 or 4 years. Just like all these kids, they got tears in their eyes after the game, and he does too. And that's part of why I think a really good team is if you got kids that sit on your bench or don't get to play as much, and they still love the sport, they love the program, they give whatever they can give. I mean, he's just been a great leader all year for us, even though he doesn't get to play a lot. Lane Baker's an exceptionally athletic young man. He's had injuries the last 2 years, can't buy any luck at all. I mean, he's had concussions and whatever, and he probably would have really helped us, and it's the same kind of thing. He still shows up. Some kids in this day and age might not even play or might quit or whatever. They think they're not going to get to play a lot, and he understood, too, because of some of those injuries, he wouldn't be able to do that. Owen Suter, a lot of our guys, I mean, they may not play for Old Fort necessarily, but half the teams we play, some of my guys on the bench would have played major minutes for them, and Owen Suter's one of those guys. I mean, if we told him to go in and play his hardest defense for a minute and a half or 2 minutes or 33 seconds. He did it, never complained. If we took him right back out afterward, whatever. I mean, those are the little things that really make you a successful team. For those three that didn't play quite as much. Of course, Evan's been 2-time player of the year, unbelievable athlete. He could probably play about whichever sport he wanted to. If he wanted to go to college, he's probably going to be a track kid. But, people are just fortunate to even see him play with the athleticism he has. Don Elmore is one of our most improved guys. I mean, he's going to have a chance of playing college. He's got guys coming and looking at him that almost every game now to be able to do that. And his improvement's unbelievable. I thought he played really physical tonight, inside. And, big guys don't always get the call every single time. And he's even done a better job of just continuing to play if he doesn't get a couple calls, because I thought there were a couple tonight that he deserved, and he's kept playing, did a great job. Blake Barriers, I mean, you have to have a kid with a chip on your team, chip on their shoulder. He's a great kid. Sometimes we say a lot of our kids are just, if there is a problem with Hopewell kids, which is a good thing as students or anything else, is sometimes we're almost too nice. And Blake is a great student, whatever, and he's our one kid, like they're Perez or whatever. I mean, and Blake's our one that has that little bit of a chip on his shoulder and that attitude, and everybody sees him with the ball in his hand and does a really good job as a point guard. But his defense is unbelievable and instrumental for this team, and his leadership and his passion to play on the floor, with that energy level, just is second to none in our league, I think, with his effort and how hard he plays. And Carter Yarborugh that you started out with, there's another nice guy. Over the last several years, we've had to almost beg Carter to take more shots. In the last couple games, he's really decided to look at the basket more and listen to us and said, if you're open in all, Carter, that's open. And he's really done that the last couple games. That's high-level competition in these two games. I think he's hit around 20 both games, and
right.
That's how good he is. And that's what we try to tell him. And he's a kid that's always here and passionate, just like these guys are. And we love every one of them. And they're gonna have great futures in whatever they do, because they're great kids that work hard. They understand what work is. They understand what focus is, and that's the more important thing. They're going to be very successful in whatever avenues that they go for in life.
Coach, you beat Hopewell. First time all season, but obviously this mattered the most. You beat them pretty well. Great first half, very back and forth with the lead going into overtime. The second half, you guys kind of stalled out a little bit, but again, kept it very close on both sides of the ball. Let's talk about overtime. It's 50-50. They missed that last play, went into overtime, and then the overtime came in. You guys were fresh, made all those free throws. Just your thoughts on that overtime.
Yeah, I think it's important to get a lead early in overtime. You want to be in control. You never know how many possessions you're going to get. So making that first three, I think Isaiah hit a three right at the beginning of overtime. Really, I think it helped us relax. That was big, because we were never playing from behind them. They came back and tied it up, but we were able to come down and get another one. So we were always playing with a little bit of a lead. So that takes a lot of pressure off. We switched up defense there in overtime. After the first couple minutes, we continued to press like we had been, but after that we just went man, which we hadn't done all game. And we didn't think we could go for long periods in man, but we knew there was going to be times we had to do it, and that was the time. And everybody did a great job defensively of doing their job and locking them down. Rebounded well. That's where we won the game. We rebounded, got fouled on some rebounds, and then came down and knocked the free throws in. So we really won the game at the free throw line. I think we made 12 of 15 at the free throw line in overtime.
That's when it mattered.
Yes, and we're a pretty good free throw shooting team. We shoot close to 70%, and proved it right there. And when we needed it most, those were a lot of tough, clutch free throws. So for them to be mentally tough enough to get to the line and just knock them down like they do all the time, that says a lot about the character of these kids.
Let's talk about Isaiah continuing to be a star for your team. Senior doing very, very well. Obviously, leader of the game with 27 points tonight. The next level at BGSU on Tuesday.
We got a lot of guys that can do things. Tonight was Isaiah's night. Tuesday was Connor's night. And everybody has come through at different times throughout the year. I think that's one of the things that makes us dangerous is we have so many different guys that can do things. Don't even know who it's going to be every night. We don't run anything for anyone in particular. Isaiah felt a mismatch, started making shots, was feeling it, and kept taking advantage and knocking them down. You know, he's a dynamic player. You know, competes like crazy, and has some good offensive skill, and you know, fast as heck, creates a lot for us. Even if he's not scoring, he creates a lot for us with his defense. So, outstanding game from him to really set the tone and keep us in the game. You know, we've gone periods against them where we really struggled to score both of the games early, and we didn't have any of those real long periods, except probably the third quarter. But we were holding them down too, so it didn't
Both
affect
teams
us
were
too
certainly
much.
in the second half. Like I felt like it was almost evenly matched in the second half there, the entire second half, and then obviously the overtime you were able to get ahead and keep that lead.
We knew it was going to be a tough battle. We had built big leads against them in both of the first two games, and we never really got that run tonight. But we were just right there the whole time. So you know, we felt like we had honestly been winning 90% of the first two matches. You know, and you know, we weren't looking at this. We weren't coming in to upset anybody. We felt we were better, and we wanted to come out and prove it. And it took an extra 4 minutes, but we got it done.
No problem. Thanks, Coach.
Carter Yarborugh is representing. And number 1, Aaron Stewart, representing Yarborugh and Omaha. Comes on number 15, Zach Carter, his first. 56.